The three essential martial arts are in order this way: Aikido, then Muay Thai, and then Wing Chun. And the fourth one, which kind of encompasses the second two, Krav Maga. A lot of people really like that because it's an aggressive style. But if you're a beginner on any level, the, the the best thing for you to do would be to study the art of Aikido. It it is the movement of energy is much like it's more like Wing Chun, and it's more like well, see, Wing Chun is kind of the combination of the first and the second thing that I described, but Aikido is how to move energy. It's like Tai Chi. Tai Chi is people think it's just like a movement thing, but it's a fighting style, but it's not a passive fighting style. It just doesn't it doesn't allow for it's like why it's kind of I had read this book a while ago, and it was like the Aikido of language. I mean, that was the essence of the book. That was the name of it. I forget the name of it. It was a long time ago, and it was really poorly written. And who wrote it? I don't know. But the point remains: if you're going to study martial arts, in order it should be Aikido, because it's showing you how to flow and move and accept energy only to turn it into your own. And that's the most important martial arts by far. But then Muay Thai is a very close second because, well, shit, if you can get out of the knees and elbows and the strength of a shin to your skull, like, have fun with that. If you can Aikido yourself out of Muay Thai, but if you could learn those two would get you a long way in life. And then Wing Chun, it's usually perceived as more of a feminine art. I mean, go play the game Street Fighter 2 and look into, like, I mean, that style was presented for the feminine aspect. Not that if a man learns it, they wouldn't, like, bust your shit open, right? But and Krav Maga is much more a masculine version, so it's more in tune with the aggression of the aggression patterns of an alpha, right? I'm not going to get into the totality of all of this. We'll do this as a longer rhythmic pattern in the story of what the Omega is. But a lot of people out these days, I'm gonna do a whole series on this very soon about everybody wants to be an alpha male. Well, who the fuck besides myself is an Omega male? You want to alpha things? Everybody wants to start shit. Omega, we gonna finish it. Do you see? The alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end. You can start the fight, but Omega gonna finish it. So it's AO. So if anybody doesn't know, my name is AO. I mean, you can call it KO if you want, but it's the allowance for energy at the beginning, which is the essence of what Aikido is. It's moving and flowing, and so Aikido is much like Tai Chi, and you're working with the energies. And then you get into the Muay Thai, which is like, okay, fine, if we must, then it's knees and elbows, which is very much similar to the patterns of Wing Chun, which is literally like straight directed. Like, okay, there's no wild swinging in that. There's no you don't learn. You might learn an uppercut maybe, but you're not gonna learn any, like, overhand or wild swinging punches to, like, knock someone out. And, like, if they can't see that coming, that's their own problem. That's the But then you've got the furthering concept with it, which if you look into the cultures, because people think Russian or the Russian culture isn't Asian, yet it is. The Asiatic culture. I mean, if you even study deeper into the history of it, the the Asian people and the Genghis Khan. A lot of people say Genghis Khan was red haired, and he was more, say, almost I don't want to say Slavic, but a lot of people think Genghis Khan might have been a Viking, which Viking gives you kind of that Slavic, more northern Russian region, but that's still all Asian, and so there's a lot of influence in both of the cultures. And one is just more a little aggressive because if you're cold and you come from a cold climate, like just get the fight over with. And if you're from a warm climate, you can kind of box a little bit. So there's like that boxing style that comes out of there. So again, I'll give it to you 3 plus 1, and those fighting styles in order. You can listen to the beginning of the video again. That's the I mean, not that anybody should fight. I mean, it's also speaking patterns. It's also lifestyle, belief systems. It's also, I mean, I think everything in life is always forgiving and letting until you know it's like how many times is a kid gonna get beat up in school? You know what I mean? The kid that gets bullied on until he punches somebody in the face. I mean, that is literally a keto. But even though like he's a keto because he's just like I mean, we're or she or whatever the that I mean, you could look at it in the mentality. I watched this video the other day. I hope you can follow this idea. I watched this video the other day. Somebody talking about like even the weakest kids, when they're bullied and they're like the nerds and the dorks and blah blah blah. They end up becoming Steve Jobs. They become the leaders of industry because they learn to use their mind in a different way. So, but their mind then becomes attacking or aggressive. So you go from this passive stance of allowing for energy until someone hits you, and then you become the aggressor, and that's the flux of energies. And so if you study those three styles initially, and then the fourth one is a bonus. At least the first two are the most important. Like if you could just do the first two and study the differences, I mean, you'd be astounded. Like how are these both martial arts that they're both like really really amazing at, like how to adjust, how to use energy, whether it's physical or mental, and if we really get right to it, what is always said, if you learn this lesson long enough, you'll never have to fight ever a day in your life, because it's neither physical nor mental, but of a spiritual realm, and the spirit is all the same thing, which is soul brother number one. So you become a soul if you can figure out how to navigate yourself through the energies of the universe, which are, well, it's your own mind, it's your own projections, it's your own, like, that's the farthest fun shit. But whatever you're playing with these days, study those three in that order, and you'll be. I'm not gonna call you like some like I'm gonna call you an accomplished master, but certainly you'll know something that most people do not know. So hopefully you enjoyed that lesson, and I'll go further on these very soon, and maybe we'll give you some lessons on that. Like more in depth on all of those things, as well as I said I was going to do this last year, but I didn't do it. I don't know. maybe this year is your year. Maybe I'll win the jackpot. But we'll talk soon, y'all. Stay well.